Anna from Kids for Justice, hosting our podcast, The Power Pod. I'm an 8-year-old activist, and I made this website, Kids for Justice, and you can go to our website, www.kids4justice.org. Today, we're going to talk about social movements, what they are, and what the place is in them for kids. Lucky for me, I have an expert right in my house, my mom, Debra Guckenheimer, a sociologist that studies and teaches about social movements. Did you know that kids are actually when they join social movements, they can actually make really big social change? Keep on listening to learn more about how kids can join social movements and a little bit more about what they are. Here is the interview that we had just a few weeks ago with me and my mom, all about social movements. What is a social movement?
Well, sociologists have debated this for a while, and there's a lot of different definitions, but I would say a social movement is a coordinated, dedicated group of people challenging a shared injustice. So, for instance, the feminist movement was started by a group of women who wanted to challenge gender inequality.
That is a good definition. My next question is, how do social movements create change?
Well, traditionally, people organize protests, all different kinds of protests, from sit-ins, demonstrations, marches, all different kinds of protests. But more recently, there have been online activism as well, like your website, kidsforjustice.org, and organizing on social media, creating hashtags, raising awareness, bringing people together and creating community that way. Change can also come from pressure inside an organization. For instance, you could talk to your teacher, your principal, or somebody else in power about a change you'd like to see. And another way change happens is cultural change. So, for instance, sometimes movements, people who are inside are participating in a movement will make a TV show or a movie or a video game where the ideals and the goals of a movement are inside the media or inside the stories.
So actually adding on to that, we are going to be opening a Scratch account, which will be posting video games, like you said, about becoming an ally and standing up for what's right. That will be, if you scroll to the bottom of our website, Kids for Justice, you will be able to find a link to our account, which will be we will be posting some video games shortly. I hope that you guys check that out, and yeah.
That's my girl.
Mom. My next question is, what is the place for kids in a social movement?
Young individuals can be influential representatives of social change. Many kids have passion and the ability to transform the earth, and they're looking for opportunities to do so. Kids have been critical actors in nearly every significant social movement. For instance, look at Malala, look at Greta, look at Vanessa Nakate, and there's so many other examples. Kids are leaders. They have been leaders, and it's important that kids realize that they don't need to wait until they grow up in order to stand up for what they believe in.
That is such a nice thing. Another question for you, as being your daughter, what is your advice for kids to that want to create more social change and want to change the world, make a difference?
So one piece of advice that I think it took me a long time to realize is that you have to be careful about getting active for change for other people. If sometimes you might think you know what's best for someone else, but you might not realize the unintended consequences. So it's important to think about starting to get active around issues that affect you or affect people that you actually know and have talked to, and that you understand what is really needed and what the impact is going to be of the change that you're advocating for. Secondly, I would say Like, get started. Start by finding your people, find your crew, find people who care about the same issues that you care about so that you can organize with them, because there is power in connecting with others. When you do so, realize that your voice matters and that you have something important to contribute, and look for models from the past. Learn about social movement activists and what social movements have done before. You can find mentors. People who have been active in movements for a while will probably be happy to mentor you, to talk to you. People are here to support your activism.
I love that, and I actually, I am an activist that is making social change, and I'm glad that we get to actually do this podcast, and all of you guys get to hear it, and we are making social change right now. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast, The Power Pod. I hope that you guys enjoyed our first episode. So yeah, if you want to spread out the word, you can share the link www.kids4justice.org/podcast, and you can share it with friends and family to get for more listeners on the podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you guys enjoyed again. Our main website is www.kids4justice.org. Check that out. We have some nice little mini lessons for kids and parents, adults, and more for everyone, like the entire family, to learn more about social change and activism. I hope that you guys enjoyed again, like I always say, and I'll see you on the next episode.